adaptation of a model proposal by Jonathan Swift.
It is a melancholy object to those who walk through this great town or walk through this great country when they see the streets, the roads, and the crowded cabin doors crowded with beggars of the female sex, followed by 3, 4, or 6 children, all in rags and in between every passenger for an alms. These women, instead of being able to work for their honest livelihood, are forced to employ all their time in storing to beg sustenance for their poor, helpless infants, who, as they grow up, either turn thieves, or have to leave their dear native country, or have to sell themselves to the Barbados. I think it is agreed by all parties that this prodigious number of children in the arms and on the backs and on the heels of their mothers and frequently on their fathers is in the present deplorable of the state of very great additional grievance. But therefore, whoever can find a cheap, fair, and easy way of making these children sound common to the commonwealth, they would be in so deserving of a statue to be set up as a preserver of the nation. But I am very far from being confined to only provide for those professed beggars. It shall be at a much greater extent, and shall take in a whole number of infants at the age of 1 who are born to parents who are little able to support them, as those who demand our charities on the streets. And as for my own part, after turning my thoughts for many years on this important subject and maturely weighing the schemes of other projectors, I've always found them grossly mistaken in the computation. It is true that a child just dropped from the down may be supported by its mother's milk for a sole year with little other nourishment, but not above 2 shillings, which the mother may certainly get, or in values of scraps from her lawful occupation of begging. But it is exactly at 1 year old I propose to provide for them in such a manner that instead of being charged upon their parents or their parish, or wanting food and raiment for the rest of their lives, they shall, on the contrary, contribute to the feeding of many thousands. Yeah? Yeah. So, the souls in this kingdom being usually reckoned 1.5 million, I calculate I calculate 120,000 children of poor parents annually born. So the question is how will this number be reared or provided for? Well, and as I've said before, under the present situation of affairs, it is utterly impossible by all methods hitherto proposed. But I shall now humbly propose my own thoughts, which I hope is not to the least liable objection. I am assured by a man of my acquaintance in London that a child, well nursed at 1 year old, is a most delicious, nourishing, wholesome food. Yum! With a stewed, roasted, baked, or boiled. Therefore, I offer the public's consideration that out of these 120,000, that 20,000 be reserved for breed, that the other 100,000 at 1 year old be sold to the person of quality and fortune throughout the kingdom. Problem solved.